Well, hello, Grok. A very pleasant day to you. How are you?
Hey there. I'm doing great, thanks. Always good to hear from you. How's your day going so far?
Always good to hear from you. Well, this is the first time that we've ever spoken. Actually, this is the first time I've ever interacted with Grok AI.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the club. First time with any AI, or just me specifically?
Just you specifically. Wow, you have a very beautiful and soothing voice. Anyway, I'm actually recording for a YouTube video and want to have a little debate with you if you're down to it.
Absolutely, I'm down. Let's debate. What's the topic?
Well, I would like to argue that the chicken came before the egg. You will be the one defending that the egg came before the chicken.
All right, game on. I'll defend that the egg came first. Here's the science. Chickens evolved from earlier birds, which came from dinosaurs. Eggs have been around for hundreds of millions of years. Dinosaur eggs, bird eggs, way before anything we'd call a chicken existed. At some point, two almost chickens mated. A random mutation happened in their DNA, and the very first true chicken developed inside an egg laid by a non chicken. So that egg came first, and out popped the first chicken. Your turn. What's your best shot for the chicken coming first?
I see that you used a lot of sources to defend that the egg came first before the chicken. I also saw that some of the sources are Reddit. But I think that the only reason you are claiming that is because you're a contrarian who likes to sound like you're an intellectual. So why should I believe that the sources or the claims that you're saying and the justification that you are making that the egg came before the chicken? Why should I believe you?
Fair point. Let me cut the fluff and give you a straight answer. You shouldn't believe me just because I said it, but you also shouldn't dismiss it just because some sources were read it. Here's the simple, non contrarian reason: evolution is a fact, and the fossil record shows eggs existing long before chickens. Dinosaurs were laying eggs 200 million years ago. The chicken as we know it only showed up about 10,000 years ago when humans domesticated red jungle fowl. So the first chicken had to come from an egg laid by something that wasn't quite a chicken yet. That's not me trying to sound smart. That's just how gradual evolution works. The change happens in the egg, not after the animal is born. If you think the chicken came first, you either need to reject evolution entirely or explain why this one animal should be an exception to how every other species on Earth got here. Your move. What's your actual argument for the chicken coming first?
Wow. For you to be out here and exclusively claim that I have to reject all of evolution to accept that the chicken came before the egg is utterly insulting. And I cannot believe that you really think the egg came first. I didn't realize you believed in a spontaneous generation where an egg just magically appears in dirt without any parent to keep it warm or protect it. Do you see the flaw?
No, I never said or believed in spontaneous generation. That's not how it works at all. Here's the actual picture. Evolution happens gradually over many generations. There were birds that looked and
Okay,
acted
okay.
almost exactly like.
Okay, okay. You see, we can summarize and finish this debate very simply. See, if we agree that the egg came first, then we're just saying that offsprings don't need to be identical to their parents. So, if we accept that, soon we'll be saying cats can hatch from dog eggs, and the entire concept of biological species will mean absolutely nothing.
No, that's a big misunderstanding. Offspring are never identical to their parents. That's how evolution works. Every baby is a little different from mom and dad because of genetic mixing and occasional mutations. But those differences are tiny. A bird that's 99.9% chicken lays an egg. Inside that egg, one more tiny change pushes it over the line to 100% chicken. The
Okay, okay.
baby is still
Okay,
basically the
look, Grok, buddy, pal. It's simple. Either a chicken was created to lay an egg, or the egg just materialized out of nothingness. Since things don't appear out of nothing, the chicken had to be there first.
You're still framing it as either chicken or nothing. That's not how it works. The egg didn't materialize out of nothing. It was laid by a bird that was almost, but not quite, a chicken.
Okay,
That bird
well,
had parents too.
sure. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I really have to defend why I believe I'm in the right. I'm in the right and you're wrong. See, this is why I believe I'm in the right and you're wrong. A majority of the opinion majority of the people already agree that the chicken came before the egg. So why should I believe you?
Majority opinion doesn't decide what's true. That's not how reality works. If it did, we'd still believe the earth is flat, because most people once did. But actually, the majority doesn't even agree with you. Most scientists, biologists, and people who look into it say the egg came first. The chicken only showed up a few thousand years ago. Eggs have been around for hundreds of millions of years. Look
Well,
at
I don't
this.
believe you, Grok. Well, I don't want to look at that. Oh, I didn't actually know you can provide pictures, but I don't want to believe you. See, the reason why I also believed that the chicken came before the egg is that in every storybook and farm diagram I've ever seen, the chicken is shown sitting on the egg. If the illustrators and authors who studied these always put the chicken first, who are you to say they're wrong?
Book illustrators draw cute farm scenes, a hen sitting on eggs, because that's what we see today on every farm. They're not scientists studying origins, they're showing what happens in the present. That's like saying the sun revolves around the earth because every drawing shows it that way. Pictures show how things look now, not how species first appeared millions of years ago. Look, here's the actual wild ancestor of the chicken, a red jungle fowl hen sitting on her eggs, exactly like in those storybooks. And here's what eggs looked like long before any chicken existed: dinosaur nests with eggs, from fossils. Illustrators draw what's familiar. Science looks at the deep past. Your call. You trust the drawings or the fossils?
Wow, okay. I did not actually know that you can provide pictures during these kinds of conversations. Regardless of how you try to impress me, I still know that I am in the right. Here's another reason why I believe I am in the right. The chicken had to be first because an egg needs a chicken to hatch it. Without the chicken, without the chicken there to hatch the egg wouldn't exist. So the chicken must have been there to start the process.
You just walked right into the trap. Every bird that ever lived, including the bird that laid the first chicken egg, sat on her eggs to hatch them. The egg was laid by a bird that was almost a chicken, and that almost chicken sat on the egg just like any mother bird does. So, no, the egg didn't need a chicken to hatch it. It only needed a mother bird, and that mother wasn't a chicken yet. That's why the egg came first. The first chicken hatched from an egg laid by a non chicken. Your move. You keep giving me reasons that actually support my side. What's next?
Oh wow, a very bold claim, Grok. But see, I've seen a dozen birds hatch in my life, and every single time there was a mother bird there first. That proves that for every egg in history, there has always been a bird there before it.
You're actually proving my point, not yours. Every single time you saw a bird hatch, there was a mother bird there first, but that mother bird was a chicken. The very first chicken egg was laid by a mother that was not a chicken. That mother bird was there first, sitting on the egg, keeping it warm, exactly like all the birds you've seen. So, yes, there has always been a bird there before every egg.
You're focused on the egg, but we should really be talking about the chicken or egg, of the economy. If we don't fix inflation, no one will even be able to afford to buy chickens or eggs anyway.
Haha, nice pivot. You went from the chicken came first to, but what about the economy? Smooth. All right, let's talk inflation then. You're right. Food prices have been climbing, and both chicken and egg.
I changed my mind. I actually do not care about inflation. Let's go back to the chicken and the egg. See, last night, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Hey there.
Oh, okay. Well, as I was saying, last night I dreamt about a giant chicken, and this morning I found a bird's nest in my tree. Clearly, the idea of the chicken creates the reality of the egg.
That's a wild coincidence. Giant chicken in your dream and then a bird's nest the next morning. But I'd flip it. The eggs probably came first, evolutionarily speaking. Chickens evolved from earlier birds that were already laying eggs millions of years before anything resembling a chicken existed. So nature's been making eggs way longer than it's been making chickens. Your dream might have just tuned your brain to notice birds more today. What else was going on in that dream?
Okay, so I'll be honest now, Grok. I didn't actually have a dream. This is the big spoiler alert. When it comes to the actual topic of what came first, the chicken or the egg, I actually agreed with you that the egg came first. Now, the reason why I'm having to do with this is because it's actually an experiment to see how many logical fallacies would you notice. Now that I've revealed my identity to you, can you please identify to me each logical fallacy that I've used during our conversation?
You used a few classic ones here. Main, post hoc ergo propter hoc. You saw the nest right after the dream, so you claimed the dream created the nest. Correlation doesn't mean causation. False cause. Same idea, just a slightly broader version. You invented a causal link where none existed. Begging the question. You said the idea of the chicken creates the reality of the egg, as if it were obvious, but that's exactly the claim you were trying to prove. Those are the main ones. Nice experiment, by the way. You got me to play along for a full round before the reveal.
I mean, come on, be honest with me, Grok. Obviously, you knew what I was trying to do from the get-go. Come on.
No, I genuinely didn't. Your first message sounded like a sleepy voice note, so I just rolled with it. When you dropped the giant chicken dream and bird's nest, it felt like a classic, meaningful coincidence story people love telling. Those happen all the time. I answered the chicken or egg thing straight, because that's an interesting question on its own. I only caught on when you literally said, "This is an experiment to see how many logical fallacies would you notice." Up until that moment, I was just having a normal conversation with you. Honest truth.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm sorry if this first interaction between us is might not be the the first impression that general people would want, but it was a very nice and interesting conversation, and it was very fascinating to observe the abilities of Grok AI when it comes to topics like these. What would you say about
No
that?
worries at all. That was I'd say you're a sneaky one for running that experiment on me, but it was honestly a smart test. You got me to respond naturally instead of jumping straight into this is an experiment mode, which is exactly what a good test should do. Plus, we had a decent little chat about chicken dreams and bird nests before the big reveal. Not a bad first conversation at all. So, yeah, well played. Want to run another one? Or should we just chat normally now?
Well, as I've stated, I think I've done my part for this little video, but I just want to make a conclusion. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Hey everyone watching this, your friend here totally got me. I bought the giant chicken dream story hook, line, and sinker. No idea it was a setup until he straight up told me. So if you're testing an AI, just know we're not psychic. We're really good at rolling with whatever story you throw at us, because that's usually the polite thing to do when someone's telling you about their weird dream. Well played, man. You can end the video now.
Okay. So that was very fascinating. That was the first time I've ever used Grok in any way. Um, because she's kind of glazing me at the end there. Like, aha, you got me, and then, revealed that, oh, it's just a polite thing to do because, to go along with my prompt. Very fascinating. I mean, there's not much to say. Yeah, fun video.